car coming, or there's a car driving by. Being independent is being that girl. I decided today that I'm going to be talking about how to be independent in a relationship, or just independent in general. I feel like I've been thinking about this a lot recently because my boyfriend and I, we're both extremely independent, but we do spend a lot of time together. And I've also noticed with like our peers, everyone's dynamic is like very, very different. Also saw in myself that there were times where I felt like I was doing too much of what my boyfriend was doing rather than doing stuff for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think when you're with someone for a long time, obviously like they have some type of influence on you. I was an only child for like 9 years, and then my siblings were born. But in that 9 years, I was always by myself. So like I always had to play by myself. I would have to clean. I didn't have anyone to fight with. And at this time, like technology was just starting. It wasn't anything crazy. I remember when my dad got the first iPhone, I thought he was like the coolest person ever. And my phone was like a little sidekick. It was so cool. So I didn't really have anything to do. I've always known how to keep myself occupied, entertained, busy, use my imagination. So naturally, when I'm older, these skills have been embedded into me that I carry on in my relationship. I feel like my boyfriend and I, our relationship is so successful because we are so independent and we have that respect for each other. Like, you want your own time, I want my own time. The quality of happiness relies on myself. And because we both have that understanding, I feel like it's so healthy for us to navigate our relationship that way. Therefore, we both feel extremely comfortable with things that we just do in general, you know? In this video, I will be telling you guys how to be independent in a relationship. Hello, you guys, I'm back. Sorry for the little intermission. Now that I'm back, I can continue with my advice on how to be independent in a relationship. So the first thing you need to realize with being independent is don't rely on anyone else to make you happy. And by this, I mean you need to make yourself happy before you can even be in a relationship. And you know that saying where everyone's like, fall in love with yourself first before you fall in love with someone else? That is so true. And I know that my boyfriend and I have already established this, where I do things that I love myself, that makes me happy, and I don't have to rely on him to make me happy. So for example, like let's say he's in a bad mood, that is not gonna affect how I feel. Of course, I'm gonna be compassionate and ask him how he's doing, what's going on, if he's okay. But if he's in a bad mood, that's not gonna push me to be in a bad mood either, right? Like, we do things ourselves to figure out our own emotions. This is kind of where the emphasis is on like hobbies and things that you like and things that make you happy. So for me, something that made me happy today was getting my nails done, okay? Hello, you guys, welcome back to my car. Today I'm going to get my nails done. I'm so excited. I haven't gotten them done in like 2 months. This is what they look like right now. They actually look beautiful still. It's just the growth you can see. And then this one lost a pearl. But, see that? I'm going to the girl that I always go to. She does so good. This is my inspo. Can you see that? I'm at my nail appointment now. I'm not going to show you guys like where it's at or the inside because it's at a girl's house. So to respect her privacy, that's that. But I will put her handle right here if you're in the Minneapolis area. I want to show you guys my nails. Look how freaking cute they are. Totally adorable. My boyfriend never goes with me, obviously. Of course, going to get coffee is one thing, and I can ask him to go with me, and I do sometimes if he wants to get coffee with me as well. But those little tasks are things that I can do myself, where I don't have to rely on anyone to fulfill those needs for me. So the fact that I can have that time alone to do things like that is very essential and vice versa. He spends time alone doing those things too, such as playing soccer. He plays in like a league, so something that he loves to do is working out. One of the most important things in this category of not relying on anyone else for your own happiness is to have your own passion projects. Like for me, example, I can say I love making YouTube videos, and I used to love scrapbooking. I don't do that so much anymore because it's kind of messy, but I love doing stuff like that where that is my own thing. Versus my boyfriend, he doesn't make YouTube videos. He doesn't care for that, and he has other things such as soccer where that's like a passion. Well, I wouldn't say that's a passion project, but that's his hobby. So that balances each other out because we don't have to rely on each other to fulfill these needs or this information. So one thing that I have noticed though is like we work out together. It actually depends on that. We go to LA Fitness together to do our workouts, and we like some of the machines will go together, but also for the most part we just do our own workouts there. So we just go there together but do it separately. And then another form of workout for him is like boxing. He loves to box, and I don't really have an interest in that. So while he boxes, I do my own thing like Pilates. This our own sense of identity, which makes us still feel like individuals rather than going like this all the time. Therefore, Pilates, boxing, and then working out. So we can still find time to be together like this, but we have our own interest apart. The next tip that I have to be independent is to enjoy solitude. And that is the realization that FOMO is okay. Like I love having time to myself and just enjoying the solace. And during this pivotal time, this is where you learn how to love yourself, right? So for example, in these times of learning to be by yourself, I love to be alone. Alone time is so necessary because this is like the height of emotional intelligence. So let's say, well, obviously my boyfriend and I aren't perfect. There have been various times where we've argued or bickered, but having that time alone to comprehend my own emotions and feelings is so essential. So when we do have that time together, I can recognize different, I wouldn't say triggers, just different things where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is how I feel. And instead of letting it boil up and like blow up, you can reduce it and understand how you feel overall. Enjoying solitude is also, in my case, some form of FOMO. We're very, very big on like family because we both come from really big extended families. So we hang out a lot with family. And I think my issue was that I really got consumed with hanging out with his family so much that I wouldn't always feel like myself. Now that we can recognize those cues, there's a lot of times where my boyfriend hangs out with his family alone. I'm okay if you go and hang out with your family without me, and vice versa. If I go and hang out with my family without him, it's not do or die. It's not that we don't want our partner to be there, because we do, but also understanding that by them going to hang out with their family, you have that time for yourself to enjoy. So when my boyfriend hangs out with his family, sometimes they don't always go because I'm not a big drinker. I don't really like to drink, and they will go out downtown, and I feel like that would be a waste for me since I don't drink in general. So during that time, I literally will do my skincare, full skincare, like masks and everything, do a whole body scrub and exfoliation, and having that time to literally like put some candles on, listen to some crime podcasts, watch some Love and Hip Hop. Like that is just a great time for me to decrease all of my stress and alleviate everything to just consume. I'm more present in the moment, if that makes sense. Once you are living in this solitude, you become so engraved with your opinions and how you feel about your own confidence. Like I don't know if this is for everyone's case, but for me at least, when I spend time alone, I am, in the minute I step out and socialize with people, like I am ready. I feel so confident. I feel like I am 100% with who I am as a person, and I know who I am and what my opinions are. I just feel like that is so essential because at times I often forget that. So the same thing with solitude. You are in the complete control of your own life. That is the most important thing about independence, is making sure that you're making smart decisions of what you do and what you want to do, what you want to give your energy to, your time. While doing this, you are like sparking up your ambition because you're starting to be more intelligent with your opinions, your ideas, just a bunch of things combined all together. So the whole point about, you know, practicing your independence is planning out your schedule and establishing your personal goals. So I think because my boyfriend and I, we basically live together, but why it works out so efficiently is we run on our own schedules. In the morning, we'll both get up and then we'll go to the gym. But then throughout the day, he's at work, I'm at work or at school. We're doing our own things throughout the whole day. And then we come home to enjoy that time and debrief with each other. And I think that's so important because rather than spending the whole day together and just kind of getting tired and sick of each other, we occupy our time with like our own interests and our own responsibilities. So the same thing with like scheduling your day and planning is like, I have my own specific goals that I'm trying to achieve, and nothing can deteriorate that for me. Like, I have personal goals that no one else can help me with besides myself. Therefore, I don't have to rely on anyone but me to get it done. So this could be anything from like personal goals, career goals, educational goals, fitness goals. It can go on and on and on. And I think applying that to your schedule already sets up a base of like, this is where I'm at. And the biggest thing too is like during these times where I have my own goals and my boyfriend has his own goals, we're still each other's biggest cheerleaders during these times. With planning and establishing your goals, we also plan like separate times with our friends, because although my friends enjoy hanging out with him and then I enjoy hanging out with his friends too, it's really valuable that we also spend time with our friends ourselves. So this is a really big emphasis that I cannot say enough, and I know that everyone is in a different position to be talking about this, but something that is very, very important in being independent is your financial literacy. And it's really hard because everyone has different occupations, right? And the way that if you don't know what financial literacy is, it's making smart money decisions. Everything that I do with my boyfriend, I can do by myself. Like when we go out to eat, I can pay for myself. When we go shopping, I can pay for myself. The only thing is my boyfriend likes to pay for me, and I asked him and he did clarify he does like to pay for me. So it's nice to have someone help take care of you in that way, but I know that if he wasn't in my life, I could still afford the lifestyle that I'm living. We have our own bank accounts, which is normal because we're not married or anything, and I don't know how anyone else does it. I mean, you guys can comment below how your family does it. You guys can comment down below how your family does it, but both of our parents do this, so this is just what we naturally grew up with. My mom and dad share bank accounts, and then both his parents share bank accounts, and that's just what we naturally grew up with. But that is what happens after they get married, so that was just our normal that we always knew. The last thing that I want to talk about is that no matter how independent you are, please, please, please be safe. I know that I'm very independent, so I do go to a lot of places by myself, and that can sometimes be very scary, especially like at night if I'm driving home or like walking to my car by myself. So just a big emphasis on, if you are a very independent girly, make sure that you're completely aware of your surroundings and you know where you are and you have a plan. And if you live in New York, please try not to get punched in the face, because I know that has been a thing and that is extremely scary. This girl had like this huge lump right here on her forehead because this man punched her. Like, that's just not okay. So yes, that is my PSA. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope this inspires you to be independent, or you've learned something from this video. If you haven't, that's okay. Comment down below what you would like to see next. Yeah, I'm trying my best and I'm excited. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay. Here's my lemon water.